Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Malts and Meatballs. Let me find my intro image here to get it off the screen. Yeah, welcome back, and we are back for more trash food on the ground. Fun. Leftovers from game night. Sure the cats have licked those clean. And, well, more Stars of Akarios. Like I said last time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue, but I have to say that I'm having enough fun with this that I do. I do want to. Oh, it's a yawn. I do want to continue because this is a really fun space game that, I mean, it's getting talked about a fair amount now. I wish I had heard more about it originally, just because, yeah, it is a very good game, a very good time. And I don't know that I'll play through all of it here, but we'll see where we go. So we have technically a little space exploration. It's not really space exploration because, well, it just we have jumped into a new system. Oh yeah, a lemon old fashioned, really good. The Sparrow's journey to the year system allows some time to reflect on recent events. Everyone will carry their memories of the destruction of Medelia for the rest of their lives. Despite that, there is a sense of optimism among the crew. Man, Medelia must not have been super populated, or they're very convinced everybody got off just fine. And then, surely the years will help in the fight against the Rathans. When the war started, the years were the first to answer the call. The pilots in the lounge are discussing this when the Sparrow emerges. Let me cough again. From its jump. Immediately, there's blaster fire being exchanged all around the ship. Looking at the configuration of fighters, it seems like your ships are firing at each other. Captain Soma loudly commands, "Battle stations! Battle stations! We're jumping into a hot zone. Be ready for anything." Fighters are prepped quickly and pilots tune into the bridge's feed and wait for their instructions. Currently, it shows a senior years military official making a desperate request. "Captain Soma, thank the Maker you're here. A rogue faction has started a revolution while we were on Medelia. We were ambushed upon our return. Please help us clean up the scum so that..." A younger face appears as the signal is cut off. She isn't wearing any recognizable uniform or insignia. Her expression is stern and dangerous. She does not waste any time before making her intentions known. "I'm Lieutenant Pete of the Sparks of Justice. We are the will of the people, and we control the capital. If you would like an audience with the new people's government, either stand by until we clean up these holdouts or help us in the effort. Once we're done, we will escort you to the planet." The screen blinks out and leaves the chatter of the bridge crew as they fervently discuss the battle going on. It seems the conflict is currently reasonably balanced. Captain Soma appears over a private channel. "Pilots, this fight looks close, so I welcome your input. We can aid the old government, with which we have a good relationship. If they lose, and we're in a worse position than before. On the other hand, if the sparks of justice appear to have gained a substantial foothold, they won't place any value in our good standing with the previous government. We could always sit it out, but the victor may not appreciate our neutrality. I need quick thinking, pilots, that I can trust out there. Who should we support? So, our options. Aid the sparks of the justice. Defeat all the establishment ships. The sparks will not target you. And we get the sparks introduction. Or aid the establishment. Defeat the sparks of justice ships. The establishment will not target you. You end up, or stay out of the fight. You end up in the fight and all the ships target you. Stay alive until one faction is defeated. So, 3 options. We either side with the sparks, we side with the established government, or we are pacifists. The trick about being pacifists, I'll take us down to the board here. The sparrow, you can pay attention to it, but it doesn't really matter. That is just on the board to show kind of where we jumped into. That corner, technically we can fly into it, so I'll move it, the sparrow if need be. These 2 ships here are establishment. The 4 ships up here are sparks of justice, but the establishment ship has 10 and 10 in terms of hull and shields with 5 attack, whereas the sparks of the justice ships have 6 and 8 in terms of hull and a shield and only 3 attack. The sparks of the justice ships can't be slowed and can't have pierce basically done to them, so we can't ignore their shields. We can't ignore the shields on the establishments either, or stun them. So where do we want to go? There are 3 solid options, really. I have watched a video where one side was picked. I'm leaning towards picking the opposite side just because it'd be different, probably lead to different story, different things that can happen. Or I can also just be neutral. If I decide to be neutral, then, I'm going to be in the fray. I can help decide which side to take out, but both sides will target me if I'm the closest. Oh yeah, and all the enemy ships are immune to hack. Which I forget what hack does anyways, but most likely they'll hack us or something like that, so I'll have to figure it out. Part of me wants to try and be neutral. Just because that feels like a choice that not a lot of people will make. I love it when games allow you to enter information. Like, this would be great to have this storybook which it is, I believe there's an app for it. But to be able to then be using that app, entering in stuff and kind of seeing the numbers that, like how many people sided with which side. Like logically, it makes sense. There are 4 ships. Maybe better to side with them and deal with the 2 over here. But the 2 over here, of course, hit harder. We're gonna do it. We're gonna risk it all as pacifists. Right now, I think I want to wait, see who wins. So both sides will target us, which makes this a really stupid decision. And in fact, start with science vessels activating, and then the gunships activating. Can't shoot anybody, so let's see. Number 1 is over here. Closest target is here. Fly 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. Can't hit them. Then vessel 2, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll fly forward. And against the Gnosis, hit for 3. So they normally attack for 3. But there's a -1, and I got a +1. So the 3-er, just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate and attack as well for 1 point of damage. And then this last one, closest target again. Four. Turn there. 1. Well, we're out of shields on the Gnosis. Gnosis. But that's okay. They've all gone. And this one here, I should flip over our gunship card. I'm going to shuffle the gunship cards. I haven't done that yet. Oh dear Lord. Well, it can attack, so it will attack. It's attacking in this pattern. It's going out, it's only going out 3. So it can't attack. It's going to target the closest one. It's going to fly forward 2. And now, with advantage, it will attack that one for 4 damage to number 1. This one over here can't attack anybody. There's no, it can't rotate to fly through the planet, so it goes up here. Rotate, can't attack anyone. That was horrifying. Horrifying start. Get back the shield. So we are in this conflict, whether I like it or not. Which means we're rolling. Yeesh. Start out here with a burn and flip. So basically what they were doing 1, 2, 3, 4. But I get to turn completely around to then fire off for a stress, a long shot. Of course, it has piercing, doesn't do me any good, but against number 4 here, 3 damage. Oh, I can spend that to get to 4 damage. Four damage on number 4. And then I have one more thing left, but I'm not going to use it. Oh, they're all going to be coming up towards me, though. So, no, I will use this. That doesn't help me. I wish I had a better way to get away. The issue is my one basic move here would be forward and over 1. That still puts me as close or closer than this ship. I want to be able to back up 1. I could move forward, doesn't help. Oh wait, no, I can't attack that. No real reason to move, actually. We're going to stay there. Come on over here, renew, burn, and flip. 2, 3, maybe. Might not be worth it, actually. I want to set myself up to be able to hit twice. So I could go 1, 2. Let's look. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So first things first, spending 2 dice here. Base 2 attack with jam. So I can give both of them radar jam. That is nice. So number 1 and 1. And I am behind this one, so I have advantage on it for 2 damage. Either 2 or a 2. I'll take 2 added to that. So number 1 takes 4 more damage. And then not behind this one. That's just a straight up miss. Shuffle it back in. And then I move. Take down supplies here. And I can hit both of them again for 2 damage each. And I'm still in behind number 1. So advantage, 2 damage to number 1 over here. And then regular attack, 3 damage to their number 1. And I could lose a stress, which I technically gained, so I'm still at 0 stress. That's it for Gerdon and the Argonaut. So now enemies' turns. So they're going to rotate. And attack at -1. So 2 damage. Then number 2 here is going to rotate. Can't hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. Can hit. 4, 2 damage. Yeesh. The Gnosis is not a great ship to have a lot of targets on. But with that said, 3 is going to target over here. Can't hit. Can't move forward, so just stays, can't hit. Number 4. 4 is facing this way, wants to target up here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or probably actually 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Can't hit. Less bad than I thought it might be. Then we have the gunships. Gunships can hit infinite in that area. Number 1, though, is going to come here and target this one with advantage, +0. So either 4 or 4 on this one. Science ship 1. Take it off the board. Technically radar jammed. Should have only flipped 1 there. And then this one, closest ship is here. 1, 2. Oh, and then it will move 1. This one, 1, 2, 3. Yep, can hit in front of it. So we'll give it the +1 to hit. And hits number 3 for 4. Kids, do not try this at home. I'm making this really difficult on myself here. Right now, we're down 1 ship there. Most of the damage has been done to the sparks. But if the sparks start ganging up, not on us, like I could fly over here and get back over here and let them congregate in the middle and just dogfight it out. Might not be a bad plan after getting hit. How do you want to do the flanking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just advantage on that 1 ship. Is it worth it? Because I just could use that to move forward 3. So I was there. 1, 2, 3. And then I could do, say, 1, 2. And I'd be further away. Actually, if I'm right here, I might do that. I haven't taken down the supply yet. I will spend 2 to attack for 3 on number 1. And then I'm just going to fly. I'm now the closest ship over there, but that's okay. question is, where do I take the Gnosis to get out of range? Fly 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and be out of range. Except for this one's going to be coming towards us, but that's fine. So take stress. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nope, hot shots that I could do. Let's see, my starting position was here. So nope, I move here. Nope. Then final 1, 2, 3. I'm actually going to then rotate there. So we're just having a nice little meeting over here. Hiding away. I'm gonna play it a little bit cool. See what happens here. Science vessels seem to do a lot of the same thing. So, number 1 is blown up. 2 is going to rotate. Fly 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, it's facing there. To get to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. Now his new closest target. Attacking -1, so attacking for 2, attacking for 4 on number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 3. 3 is facing this way already. Can't attack though, doesn't have enough room. Closest ship, equidistant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't go that way. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 rotation with advantage. We shuffle it back in. One point of damage to number 2. That's the first damage to number 2. Oh, with advantage. So it's 2, 3 damage. Radar jam's long gone. And then this one, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacking -1, no advantage. 1 point of damage. So we're building up little clusters here. I might fly in next turn to this cluster and just shoot as much as I can, because this is going to focus over here. They're right next to each other. They're going to focus on each other, at least until the Sparks of Justice ships move. So now we have this. It attacks out the side. And out the side. So will attack. Number 2 is hit for... I need to set this up this way so I can see. A -1. So 4 damage to number 2. Where's ship number 2? Your science vessel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's going to fly 1, 2, 3. This one attacks both of them. It's not behind either. So number 3 takes 4 damage. Where's number 3? Shield's gone. And number 4 takes 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then flip it this way. 1, 2, 3. So we have a nice little dogfight going in the middle here, which is good. And you know what? I'm actually gonna play this real chill. Like, this is a dumb way to play it, but we're gonna repair. No stress, nothing to do there. Over here, we're gonna repair as well. Getting back that. So I can take out the miss that is not mine from this deck that I maybe failed to put in. I know I grabbed a miss. Oh no, I was only at 2. Wow. Didn't have an extra miss in there yet. All good. We each have a die left over. Not going to use them. Nothing to get into the fray about. And we go back to the science vessels. So it closest target down here. Spin. Attacks. So number 2 gains back 2 shield. And I need to look up that symbol. Oh, goes into stealth. Oh, they're going into stealth. This is not ideal. So 2 is in stealth. Because now these 2 are going to come after me. The rest are going to be in stealth, so rotate. I forgot to do the movement. 1, 2, 3, can't move. 1, 2, 3. 3's there. In stealth. And then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. In stealth. And now, please tell me that effect is something like, oh, you can see stealth. Hull breach. Hull breach sucks. That's okay because they're too far away. So can't attack. Rotated, already good. And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Can attack. And then it actually can't move because there's a ship there. So like they clearly have enough knowledge, or maybe they would move all the way up here and then just not be able to move. Alright, so now though, I'm in a much better position to jump back into the fray. I should look up what stealth says. I'm assuming it just means you can't be targeted. Stealth. So only things with infinity damage symbols, which I need to check. Both of these have. I think they would try and fire off their attacks, both hitting 2. And I would think they have disadvantage, so that's 4 damage on 2 from 1. And 2 would just be straight up attack. 6. Because it has advantage from being behind it. Basically, it can hit weaker parts of the ship. But has disadvantage because that ship is in stealth. I do not want to jump into the fray again here. Do nothing. Literally not spending a die here. I want to see what happens with this one. Ooh, we have an effect. Stun. Of course, immune to stun. The ships they're attacking. And so, still, number 2 starts off by popping off 2 shots. 1 on 1, 1 on 2, with advantage on both. So 2 damage becomes 4 on number 1. And 2 on number 2. The reason it has advantage is that, as I shuffle back up, that it came out of stealth. So first attack out of stealth, then it goes number 3 has nobody within range 3. So number 3 goes, then rotates, and attacks with advantage on number 2, getting not that result because there are more enemy cards to shuffle in. I know there are a lot of negative ones in there. So hits number 2 for 3. And then 4 can just hit for 3. We'll shuffle that up again. Everybody's on the open now. So let's see what the gunships do. Obviously, I'm playing this a fairly odd way with being a pacifist with it. If I was not playing as a pacifist, I would be in this conflict a whole lot more. Right now, if I get in here, say if I get here, all of the ships will target me. So I want to try and avoid it if I can. Pull off all these guys. Then start here. Number 1 rotates, attacks for 6. 6 and radar jam on Science Vessel 2. So only 5, but that takes out Science Vessel 2. I think I know where we're hopping into this fray again. And then number 2 rotates and can hit number 3. No advantage. So 6 becomes a 5 to number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question is, can I get into the fray fast enough? So 3 is jammed and 2 is dead. Oddly enough, though, the gunships are surprisingly vulnerable right now. Like, I have to do 9 damage, or I have to do, I guess, 13 damage. But I'm closer to these gunships. I could gang up on number 2 and probably knock it out if I wanted to. Let's see what I roll. 2 attacks and 2 moves. Alright, and let's see, Garden. 2 moves, 2 wilds. Yeesh. Tough decision here. Part of me thinks, well, I want to rotate for sure. What I want to do, I think, is do that, and then do that. I could pop off a long shot for 3 damage with advantage. We're going to do that on number 2 here. We're going to see what happens with this. 3 damage, 4 damage, advantage, 3 damage only. Damn. That is unfortunate. 3 damage on number 2. No, we are still outside of the range. And I don't really want to go forward. I can't attack without going forward. So I think we're going to leave it as is. Oddly enough, this is a weird situation, as I keep on saying. Attack, range 3. Both of them can hit number 2 within range 3, so they will be able to attack right away. Number 3 at a -1, so their 2 attack becomes a 1 on number 2. And then there is movement. 3 moves. 1, 2. I would not change this orientation. 4 hits for 4 points of damage. Taking number 2 off the board. Then 4 will go 1, 2, and rotate twice. We might be the closest ones now. Number 1, of course, is facing completely the wrong direction. 1, 2. Shoots up in a straight line, hits a cluster up there, can't. So then moves forward 1. Rotates with a +1 attack now and a radar jam. On Science Vessel 3. Oh, Science Vessel 3. So 2 is still on the board. 2 was here, I believe. And I need a yellow cube. I have 2's yellow cube. 2 is at 2 because of disadvantage from radar jam. So 1 goes. Attacking for 6 on 3. 7 on 3. 3 is most definitely off the board. 2 cannot attack. Or can he? No. Move forward 1. Orient himself that way. Still can't hit. Oh. Don't know how badly I want to step in here at this point. The 1 will be targeting us. 4 is 5 away or 4 away. So 4 would target 4 over there. So 1 might not target us. I'm not even going to roll the die. We are playing Switzerland here. Science Vessel. Fancy moving. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. turn. 1, 2. No, probably wouldn't want to. Can't hit. I can rotate though. So it would rotate to hit 2. There. Oh yeah, there was the ×2 in the deck, so we gotta shuffle up again. We get a little bit of story here coming up too, I know. So another choice. Ooh, hits for 4 on number 2. Now for sure, number 2 is gone. Number 1 is going to then rotate and attack for 5. 5 damage on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys. I got this. I'm coming in to save the day. I see how badly you've beat each other up. And honestly, I just can't stand it anymore. So why don't you all just take a nice little rest and take, with advantage, three damage to number 4, taking him out. Hey, I took out one of the ships. Maybe 2. I don't even remember. But we have a result. You didn't intend to get caught up in the fight, but it came to you. The battle scene is now vacant, and so it's time to make your way planetside. Hopefully, you'll be able to convince one of these sides to help you, although both appear to have their hands full. Oh, that was fun. Ooh, nice. Gearden can remove now a -1 from his deck of cards. Increase the odds, and Violet Ray is gaining a new card for her deck. Which is a resupply card. So, I don't know, I blow something up and grab a piece of it. Oh, that's resupply. Well, I played one thing wrong here. That is A-okay. It's only a resupply card, correct? Yes. When I healed up the shields, that was actually meant to be resupplying. So we'll move that up. It didn't actually make a difference because I ran and I was hiding in that corner. I would have healed up those shields naturally anyways. So really, I came out of this kind of smelling like a rose in terms of, like, oh, no, I was doing that wrong. That's not a resupply for Sparrow. That is a resupply for one of the supplies I'm using here. So I could bring back an ability. Interesting. So we have that. So we lose 1 supply from the Sparrow. I wonder if I have a choice. I have to look that up to see if I can choose to either resupply the Sparrow or not. And we are going now to our next location, 2.2. So many things to do here. But before we really do any of that, did say 2.2. Go to scenario 13. So the next thing we're going to be doing at the end here of 13 is going to be a planet exploration. But we'll have to see. We have a decision first. As always, Captain Soma is a step ahead of everyone else. And while the Sparrow is landing, she preps you for your mission. Rather than head out myself, I want you to handle this. Diplomatically, it makes us look less needy. I prefer not to show my hand until we have a better idea what is going on here. She reads the apprehension on your faces and adds, "Don't worry, pilots. I'll be sending Saul with you to act as point on this." Saul's surprise indicates that this is news to him as well. My first priority is to make contact with the leadership of Sparks of Justice movement. We need a clear picture of how strong their position is. It is imperative that we back the winning side here. Without strong allies, in the coming days, our cause is hopeless. I trust you to read the situation and act appropriately. Good luck. Emerging from the Sparrow into the warmth of the morning sun feels good. The breeze is cool, but you can smell hints of smoke and oil blowing in from across the city. The landing area was the site of a firefight recently. The blast marks are still visible. A group of Yurs approaches, led by an athletic and agile-looking individual. Despite that, she also carries a short cane, perhaps an old injury or merely an affection. You recognize her as the Sparks Yur who hailed the Sparrow from in space. She addresses the group. "Where's your captain?" "Never mind, I'm Lieutenant Pete. I'd like to welcome you to Jarek. We are in the middle of a long overdue rebirth. Unfortunately, our leader, Commander Ardernan, will not be available to meet until later today. So I'll be back to collect you. These city guides will escort you around the city should you need anything in the meantime," Lieutenant Pete indicates to the other Yurs who are with her before she leaves quickly and with a purpose. Your group is left to look at each other awkwardly. As usual, Saul is the first to talk. "So, what do you do in Jarek with a few hours to..." Oof. He's interrupted by two Yur barging into him. The two guide Sparks immediately lift their weapons and yell at the intruder to raise his arm. He cowers behind Saul, kneeling on the ground where he fell, a terrified expression on his dirty face. "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" he cries out and clutching at Saul's jacket. "Please help me!" His eyes are wild before some understanding dawns on him. "You are from the Akarios Institute. I recognize your ship. Give me sanctuary. I beg you. They'll kill me otherwise." So we could harbor the Yur, we could give up the Yur, or we could not get involved. Do we double dip on being pacifists? Do we double dip on staying out of this and not siding with either side so that we don't make a bad choice. Normally, I think I'd do that. However, I think we're going to give up the year, which gets us ruthless, unfortunately. Or fortunately. The reason I say we're going to do that is we have 2 Sparks of Justice as our guides right now. I don't want to get in the way of stuff. There's a pause before anyone acts. Saul looks at you with an arched brow, almost asking if you're sure this is the path you want to go down. You also notice that one of the Sparks has a hand poised above her firearm. This is no time to mess about. The ear is grabbed under the arms and pushed toward the 2 Spark guards. You made the right choice. One of the Sparks keeps their weapons trained on him, while the other places him in restraints. We have to check this prisoner into detention. Wait here. We'll send more guides to make your visit pleasant. They take away the struggling your mail. At least that got rid of him, Saul says as he watches the prisoner being dragged away. We should move on before they get back if we want to get a good look around here. All right, asks Saul. Who wants to see what's going on outside of this landing pad? You all agree, and it's worth scoping out the situation while you don't have your babysitters watching you. As if on cue, the sound of firefight erupts not far from the landing bay. You exchange uncertain looks, wondering how to proceed. Saul, practical as always, lays out the options. The way I see it, we can head to the Sparks headquarters and message Captain Soma to meet there before our audience with Commander Arderan. Or, if you're looking for some fun, I just so happen to know a local dive where we might be able to get a more neutral take on this conflict. We'd have to step lightly, though. It can be a rough crowd. Wondering briefly how Saul knows about such places leads to quizzical looks to each other. Saul responds with a signature grin. What? You didn't take the course in alien drinking establishments? Have things changed that much since I graduated? So, we could either go to the headquarters to the northwest, or go to Jarek World Exploration and Scenario 14 and explore to the east. And I personally want to go to the drinking establishment. So that's going to be it for tonight. That is Stars of Akarios. Gameplay 6, but this is scenario... Let me pop back up here. 13 that we just kind of wrapped up. And next we'll be exploring on a planet for scenario 14. This one, I think I will keep repeat it one last time here. This was a weird scenario. It was a weird scenario because I chose not to engage. I don't think it's going to be that often if you're playing this game where you're like, okay, I want to take the pacifist route. I mean, I don't think there's anything else on. There's only one pacifist here. And Acts 2 and 3, I don't see the word pacifist anywhere. So you're going to I think you're going to have to pick a side eventually with this, but I like the fact that I could not pick a side. It makes it interesting. It allows me to delay a decision, though I suspect delaying a decision is also kind of making a decision. I'm thinking that the 2 things I filled in here, ruthless and pacifist, those are going to be keywords or little things that we check to see which side we're leaning towards. And right now we are in okayish with the sparks of justice. We are not in with the establishment, but we've also, we haven't solidified our position that strongly, which is kind of why I wanted to do that fight as a pacifist, just to see what happens, just to see how weird it could get. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you want me to go to the cantina? You can leave them down in the comment section below. But with that, it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment on the video. Let me know what choices you would have made, or if you are playing Stars of Akarios, let me know what choices you have made. If you want to know when I go live, I always do this Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays generally 8:30, 8:45. Wednesdays generally starting at 8. Well, always starting at 8, generally running about an hour. I'd love to add an additional stream or additional video in at some point in time, but not sure when I can fit that in. More details on that. I definitely have some ideas, especially with Kickstarter and crowdfunding now picking up its pace again. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. You want more content? Subscribe, click that notification bell. You'll know when I go live. But also then check out nerdologist.com. I'm putting up articles daily there, as well as the not Multi-Meeples, but the 10-minute Marvel podcast. So 10 minutes of Marvel news covering whatever Marvel show or movie is out. Been talking about D23 recently, the news or lack thereof there. But yeah, drink gone. So bottoms up, I guess. Little sip I have left.